Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, damsels and dingbats, to Gold Rush, the game. For those of you that don't know, Gold Rush is a Discovery television program, as you can see up here. It's based on pretty much a group of miners in Alaska who go about their daily routine mining their claims. It's pretty much a bunch of drama, but for some reason I find it really addicting. I had to actually force myself to quit playing it several years ago because I was so addicted to it. Unfortunately, now that I found this game that I've been dreaming of, I'm addicted to the TV show again. Only now I don't sit and watch it on TV. I listen to it as I mine in the game. It's really kind of sad, actually. However, this is a Steam game, $20. It's really early in development. There are so freaking many glitches, and some of them are actually kind of hilarious. However, if the game is this addicting to people like me, this early in development, while they're still adding things and tweaking things and fixing things, I dread the day, and I dream of the day, when it's released fully finished, because I'm going to grow roots in this computer chair. So, I've been playing this game for a while now. I've got 2 claims, a lot of mining equipment. I'm doing good, but for the sake of these videos, I'm going to start a new game, just for you guys. Now, this game has got really good graphics. Like, a lot better than what I'm running on this computer. But, I've tried doing this intro once already. And I tried doing it at the highest graphics settings that the game would permit, and my computer froze. It had a CPU meltdown, or the graphics card meltdown, one or the other. I'm already having problems with the computer. Trying to force this game to play on its highest settings for you guys did not help. So I had to start over. And then when I went in to edit out a lot of the stuff, I noticed that I was saying Yeah, I say a lot when I talk. Especially when I don't have anything scripted, I don't know what I'm going to say. My mouth runs faster than my brain does. And is the noise that my brain uses to fill in the silence while it catches up with my mouth. So, I've tried to make a mental effort not to say so much, but it's literally so ingrained in my speech pattern that I hardly notice it when I do it. For some reason today, it's really bad. Like I said 10 times in as many seconds. It was nuts. So I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna try to be a little more mentally aware. So like I said, the graphics are a lot better than this. This is my computer's limit. So really crappy graphics, really stuttery. The game itself is a lot better. Up in the upper right, you see the day and time. You see that I am beginning the game with $224. No gold. This is my truck. They give you a truck, which this is a rugged truck. If the game doesn't glitch out and beat this truck up, you're going to be using this truck a lot. It looks like it says it's a old U.S. Army truck. So I'm going to switch my camera to, you have the internal cab screen, you have the follow screen, and then you have you can rotate the camera around as you drive screen. I'm going to use the follow screen for the truck. So first we got to start it up with X. Take the parking brake off with the spacebar. And then we're going to go ahead and head into town. Now, this game does not... Well, it does and it does not have a tutorial. So, let me explain. It doesn't have a pop-up on the screen that says, do this. Now do this. Now do this. But it does, once you know where to find it, it does have... It's like a journal or a quest log. And it tells you what to do to accomplish certain things. For example, I will hit the J. Now you will see our map. This is the town that we are in of Haynes. There are no NPCs in this game. You're not going to see another person in this game. You're pretty much talking to buildings and inanimate objects. But they do it in a way where it almost kind of feels like there are people. Okay? There are 4 claims. There's Rivertown, the Old Arnold parcel, which is basically the starter level one. This is the one we're going to start with. Then up here we have Pine Valley and Nighthawk parcel. In my other game, I am renting the Old Arnold parcel, and I actually own Rivertown. I think this time we're going to attempt to purchase one of the other ones because I'm not really fond of... there's nothing wrong with this claim. It's getting in and out of the claim. You drive along an old riverbed, and it's really annoying when you're trying to running over rocks and getting stuck on boulders and logs, and it's just a pain in the ass. Anyway, over here is your journal that I'm talking about. Now, they show tiers of mining. You have Tier 1 mining, which is pretty much you're digging dirt with your shovel and running it through a hog pan. And the collecting the gold from the mats and actually panning it. So that's what we're going to start doing. After that, we have Tier 2. This is where you have an excavator and a mobile wash plant. So this is a little more complicated, but it's a lot more effective. Then you move on to Tier 3. This is what you see in the show. Massive wash plants, trommels, shakers, duplex jigs. We're also looking at large power stations and fuel stations, bulldozers, front-end loaders. This is the end game. Now, a lot of people, this is one of the things about the game being so young and so new, they're still working on the balance of things. Panning for gold, Tier 1, sucks. I mean, it's a good introduction to the concept, and it's mildly entertaining for those of us who are into that. But it gets really boring really quick. I don't know how many times I nodded off at the computer freaking dumping shovels of gold into this stupid hog pan. The second level is a little bit better because using the extractors and the wash plants, it feels like you're being more productive. It's a little more entertaining of a process. The large wash plant is also reasonably entertaining. It's not a whole lot different from the small wash plant. But the problem is, well, I'll show you when we get there. With the small wash plant, you have a bucket. Everything goes into a bucket. And then, like, you have to get out of your excavator, every 5 minutes to change out that damn bucket. So it's annoying. But on a big wash plant, they use mats, and you can mine for a long, long time before you got to go change out those mats. The problem is that when it comes down to efficiency, it seems like the mobile wash plant, the Tier 2 stuff, actually produces more gold per hour than the Tier 3 stuff. So hopefully they fix that someday. But anyway, this is your journal. It tells you what you need to do to get going. So I need to go to the bank. I need to go to the Old Arnold's, rent the claim, go to the warehouse, pick this stuff up, go to the claim, set it up, and do it. Okay? We're just going to do it. I'm going to tell you what it is step by step. Digitube, or DigTube. This thing is awesome. I've never seen this before in a game. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It just means I haven't seen it. This is their tutorial system. What you do is you go through and you look for what's confusing you. For example, gold mining, hog pan setup. If you've got the hog pan stuff and you got it out there and you don't know how to set it up, you go to hog pan setup and there's a video that'll show you exactly, step by step, what you need to do to set the hog pan up. There's also digging and panning, hog pan use in material and mats, hog pan extensions, hog pan pumps. So they're really thorough about going through everything that they can find that you may need help with, and you can find it on the DigTube. So this is really cool. I like this. This has been very helpful to me. This is what helped me learn how to play the game. That and a few Google searches. So what we're going to do, the first thing we need to do is we need to go here. And this is the bank. And we're going to the bank because we need to take out a loan. We don't need, well, we do need to. We only have $224. And we need to rent the claim. So, again, like I said, there are no NPCs here. Just screens like this. Okay, so first of all, parcels. The old Arnold parcel costs $25,000 to rent. So I just rented it. I could have bought it, but, you know, I'm not really interested. Okay, price per square foot, 2. Provision of rent, 0.2. Area, 10,000. You know, that gives you all the information here. It's in the state of Alaska. Or it's owned by the state of Alaska. It's got a large creek running through it. That's the water source. Now you can go in here and you can take out loans. Now I'm going to take out a massive loan of $5,000, and I'm going to pay it back in 60 installments of $106. 60 daily installments, so it's $106 a day. And that's all I have to do. As long as I'm making gold and selling gold, I no longer have to worry about focusing on that loan. And eventually, I'm not sure by what standard they use, but eventually there will come a point when I come back into town and I come to the bank and I'll be like, oh, I can take another loan. And it doesn't necessarily mean your previous loan has to have been paid off. I think it's directly connected to how much gold you've actually managed to mine, but I'm not really sure. So you can see we now have $5,224. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the warehouse. And we're going to buy us some basic mining gear. Okay, we have $5,224 and a claim that we're renting. So we're going to go ahead and drive in here and stop. I'll shut our engine off for this because the thing does use fuel. Alright, now we're going to come in here, and this is where you buy all of your smaller equipment. Now, you don't get your bulldozers or your excavators or any of your big wash plant stuff here. That's at the other facility. This one's just for your smaller stuff. So the first thing I'm going to want is I'm going to want a bucket. I'm just going to buy one bucket. Bucket. Alright, so we've got a bucket. We need that for the panning that we're going to be doing. We're going to need a power cord. The blue square is different. I've never seen that before. Okay, we'll add that. Add it. Okay. We're going to need down here. We're going to need 2 hoses. One that runs from the water pump to the hog pan, and one that runs from the water pump to the stream, feeds the water pump. So we'll add those in. This is going to be one of the first things I get later is this wave table, because with this you don't have to frickin' pan. I hate panning. Okay, we're going to buy a small water pump, because we need water. No matter what kind of mining you're doing, you need water. I'm going to buy us a mobile generator. Again, no matter what kind of mining you do, you need power. When we get into the higher end mining, we'll have a large or a giant power source. We won't have to worry about that. So for now, however, we're going to get ourselves a hog pan. Now, the game suggests you start out with hog pan, no pump. Basically what you do is you feed the dirt into here, and then you take your bucket and you empty water into here. That's just no. I'm going to do the hog pan with a pump. That's what we got the water pump for. Normally when you start, you don't need the water pump because it's, you know, you use a bucket. I'm going to get 4. Come on. Oh. I need 4 of these hog pan mats, but I'm not done shopping yet. But what I need to do is I need to come over here to the invisible cashier, and I need to pay for this stuff. I've got... Don't show. Go away. Out here, by the truck, is our loading area. Everything I just bought is right here. So my loading area is full. Before I can buy the rest of the stuff I need to get this stuff on the truck. So give me a minute while I load the truck. Alright, so I've got everything loaded onto the truck. Like I said, the game's still kind of new, so the way this all fits in here is kind of wonky. Our first trip out to the mine is going to be We're going to have to take it kind of slow so that stuff doesn't fall out. We're going to have a lot of stuff in the back of this truck. So we still need 2 more of these mats for a total of 4. The game suggests that you start out with the Hogpan sluice box core, and then later you come back and get the extension. But I'm going to do both right now because I have the money. I know how to set it up. I don't want to dick around. I just want to get mining and not have to come back into town for this extra stuff for phase 1. So I've got all of that. I don't need, what do I need over here? I need fuel. I'm going to need fuel for the, okay, so let's get 2 of these. Why can I only get 1? Add. Give me another one. Alright, add. So that should give me 2 jerry cans. And the last thing we need that I can think of is this little guy right here. This water filter goes on the end of that big red hose. And the one that feeds your water pump. It goes in there so that while it's drawing water from the creek or whatever your water source is, you're not sucking up leaves and dirt and all kinds of crap to plug up your whatever you're feeding the water into. So I've got all this. I'm gonna go ahead and do my best to load the rest of this stuff up, and then we will head out to the mine. So give me just a second. I'll be right back with you. All right, our truck is loaded. Hopefully it all stays in there. All right, I've already lost my fuel tank, one of them. Okay, so let's try to squeeze this back in here. Come on. Put it in there. No. All the way. There. Can you go in any further? Here, let's just put you somewhere else. You're being temperamental with me. Look at all that space in there. Come on, dude. There. I don't like the way you're sitting up there either. Come on, guys. We're recording. Be on your best behavior, would you? Alright, so it looks like everything's still in there. I'm going to lose that. I think this is why the game suggests you, like, only do a little bit at a time, because it knows the truck can only hold so much. Now, there is a trailer I could buy. Put some stuff in the trailer, but I don't want to. I don't like the trailer. Why? Because I don't like hooking it up. Alright, so we got everything in the truck. We'll just have to drive slow, especially once we get out of town onto the dirt roads. I did lie. We're not going to go straight to the mine. I need to go get fuel in my jerry cans. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go to the other end of town, and we're going to put some fuel, in our jerry cans. The graphics don't normally load this slow. I've just got my game set. The graphics set really, really low. I'm looking for, when we get out to the mine and I start mining, I'm looking for smooth operation versus, you know, field of view type stuff. We're not going to be running over shit out there like this. Alright. So I'm not putting fuel in my truck, so it doesn't really matter how I get in here. We're just going to go ahead and park it here. No, I don't want to leave the engine running. Yes, I want the brake on. Alright. So we're going to take our fuel cans, if we can fish them out of this mess without, without destroying everything. Put them on the ground. Let me get this can, please. Please let me have the can. Yes, that can, right there. Let me have it. Thank you. Oh, shut up. Turn you into a hamburger. Alright. So we're going to come over here to this pump. Take out a nozzle. And we're going to fill each 20-gallon tank. Do the same here. Now I think these should both be full, right? Whoops. Why is it not full? Refuel. See, this is new. This didn't... I used to just put this in there, and it would fill itself up. Okay, so I can't put any more in it, so it is full. For some reason, it says gallon 0. Alright, so we're good. Like I said, it's still really new, so they've got some things they're working on and changing. And alright, so let's get these tanks in here. Get in there. Thank you. Now, let's head on out to the mine. Hello? Oh. Why am I not letting me into my truck? Let me into my truck. It's getting dark in here, in my office, because it's later in the evening and I don't have my office lights on, so I'm going to have to get up and turn my light on here in a minute. I'm pushing the wrong buttons in the keyboard. Alright. Take it nice and slow, because otherwise I'm going to have to stop and pick shit up off the ground. Yes, that was a cop car sitting over there. No, it doesn't mean anything. It's about has about as much purpose in this game as these cars over here do. They're just there for scenery. There's a police station in town. Ironically, they felt it necessary to put that in, but again, it serves the same function as the restaurant and everything else. Nothing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a turn here. I'm going to put in our differential, like so. Running over crap I can't even see. And then we're going to go ahead and make our way. Fence is getting awful close. Make our way on out to the mine. Now, you'll notice it paused like that. That was actually not the game, or not my computer. There are zones in the game. When you pass from one zone into the next zone of the area, you have a very brief loading screen. And that's pretty much what that was. So, one moment while I puff on my vaporizer. Yeah, you can tell it's a loading screen up in the upper right where it shows the money and how much gold you have and this and that. When you pause out, when you lag out like that, if you look up there and there's a little circle, a golden circle with an excavator or a truck or something in it, it looks like a loading circle. That's exactly what it is. It means that you're lagging out because you're zoning. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to head up in this way. This is the only part of this trip that I don't like. How many times I've hit right here in between those, and then down here there's a couple rocks right up next to the road you got to go through right here. Usually I get going through here so fast I always end up hitting something, and this truck likes to tail back and forth, back and forth. Alright, welcome to our claim. All this stuff off to the left is dirt we're going to mine later. The wash plant's going to go here to the left. But for now, we are operating out of a tent and a trailer. So let's go ahead and pull up here. Grab a park. And get out and go take a look around, shall we? Alright, so the trailer, the only function the trailer serves is later on in the evening. If you don't like mining in the dark, you can come up here and use the trailer, and you can either sleep till dawn, sleep for an hour, and that's it. So that's all I use it for. Is like if I don't like mining in the dark. So until I have my lights set up, I just, once it gets dark, I skip to dawn. Nice little campfire here in the tent. We're going to start with our wash basin, our pan. And then only other thing in here that actually does anything is this computer. And right now this computer allows you, like later when we purchase heavy equipment, we can have them transport it to us or between our mining locations. You can go here to the bank to take out new, just like going to the bank in town. All you have to do is come in here, and it gives you access to all the same stuff that you would have if you were actually there. Workers, a little bit later in the game, we'll have access to workers where we can actually put them to work. Again, you're not going to see them. They're not going to physically exist on your claim, but they are going to mine gold. It'll be a small quantity of gold, and you will have to pay them, but it does kind of help a little bit. Failures, I'm not sure. Machine store, equipment store, those are not available yet, I don't think. So, but hopefully they will come available here soon. That would be handy to be able to just buy the stuff you need without having to go back into town, have it shipped out to you. So, back here, forgive me, this is where we're going to be mining. This is our source of water. Our hog pan's going to go here. And this is the pay dirt that we're going to be shovel mining for that. And so that's going to be phase 1 of this game. So real quick, let's go ahead and head out and unload the truck. I'll show you how to get some of the stuff set up. Alright, truck is unloaded. So what we're going to do is we're going to start setting up. So let's go set up the hog pan first. And then we'll get the water set up so that we can run the pump. Okay, so this is going to go here. Go get the other one, the extension. And again, like I said, normally when you start out, if you're just following the journal step by step, it's not going to make you run the extension or its extra mats or the pump. So it's just going to be the core, which is the one piece of metal we just laid down. This one here. It's going to be the box, or the pan itself, which is this piece right here. And a bucket. And 2 mats. Each of the panels runs with 2 mats in it. So we're going to put this here. Whoops. Now you see that yellow outline of where it should go. If I put my crosshairs in there, it'll do that. Then I know it's set up. So shovel dirt into here. Once it's full, water from there to run it down over the pads. Once the pads are full, you rinse them out, and that's where you get your gold. So that's how we're going to start. Now I've got both of that, so now we need to put, the annoying part is I got to run each of these things back one at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and get those set up. I'm going to get the pumps set. I'm going to get everything set up, and then I'll be right back with you. Alright, we are set up. This is what we got going on here. Actually, I've discovered that the little power generator and the electrical cord here, we don't actually need those right this moment. I don't know why I was thinking that this needed power. For now, we don't need it, but we are going to end up needing it and probably a couple more later, so we'll just leave it here. This is our water pump. It's got the main hose running into the water with the filter on the end of it. This is our water source. We're going to draw water up into the pump, and then it's going to feed it out through this hose to the back of our hog pan. So the water's going to be running through this constantly. As soon as I turn that pump on, water's going to start running through this. So I start feeding dirt into it, it's automatically going to start running it down this, basically this sluice box, over these mats. So what we need to do before we do anything else, though, is we need fuel. Right here, this says the fuel, we're out. We have access to water, no fuel. So we're going to go ahead and fuel this up. And we're going to fill this up too, just because eventually we're going to need to use it and it's going to need fuel. This works a little different. You actually have to open this stupid little cap on it. Okay, the tank is fully refilled, so we're good on the pump. Now, usually you can take this out and set it down somewhere. I just leave it there. That way, when it runs out of fuel, I can just run up, take it off, put it back on, and because there's still fuel in the jerry can. Okay, so we have fuel. Those are good. Now all we got to do is start mining. Unfortunately, as you can see, it's getting late, starting to get dark. In game or out of game, we have actually run out of time for this episode, so we're gonna go ahead and end it here. Tomorrow morning, in game, next time I see you out of game, we will go ahead and start doing some mining and see what kind of gold we got here at our little mining camp. So until then, I've been your host, DM Renavion, saying thank you for joining us, and thank you for liking and subscribing. If you haven't, if you haven't, please do so. I mean, it doesn't really do a lot for me, but it makes me feel better to see my numbers going up and to see that you actually appreciate my effort. So you can leave me that feedback, or you can just leave me comments in the comment section below. Either way, if you join me again next time, we will do some more mining. Well, we'll do some mining. So, you guys stay safe and have fun. I'm out.